Did you know that a simple herb sitting in your kitchen could be pushing excess sugar right out of your blood? It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. More and more studies are confirming what traditional medicine knew for centuries. Certain herbs can help regulate blood sugar and protect you from the kind of long-term damage that leads to type 2 diabetes. And here's the best part. Most of these herbs aren't expensive, hard to find, or complicated to use. You don't need a fancy diet. You don't need to starve yourself or cut out everything you enjoy. You just need to add a few smart things, small natural habits that help your body do what it was designed to do, keep itself in balance. In today's video, we're going to go through 5 herbs that not only help eliminate excess sugar, but also support long-term energy, brain health, and even joint strength. If you're 55 or older and want to stay independent, active, and mentally sharp, what you eat has never been more important than it is now. And yes, one of these herbs is almost guaranteed to be in your home already. So grab a pen or just lean back and relax. We're going to walk through this together, one simple herb at a time. And if you find yourself nodding along or thinking, "That's me," at any point in this video, please take a moment to hit that like button. It really does help this message reach more good folks like you. Number 1, cinnamon and its steadying power. Cinnamon is more than just something you sprinkle on toast or oatmeal. It's one of the most studied herbs when it comes to lowering blood sugar naturally, especially in older adults whose systems have become more sensitive over time. What makes cinnamon so remarkable is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. That means it helps your cells respond better to insulin, so your body doesn't have to pump out more and more of it just to get the job done over time. High insulin levels wear your system down. They make you gain belly fat, feel more tired after meals, and set the stage for high blood pressure and even dementia. Cinnamon helps break that cycle. Here's how it works inside your muscles and liver. Cinnamon acts almost like a key, unlocking the door for sugar to enter and be used for energy instead of floating around in your blood where it causes damage. In one study, people over 60 who took cinnamon daily showed a noticeable drop in both fasting blood sugar and A1C, the long-term marker for how well you're managing blood sugar. Now, not all cinnamon is the same. There's cassia cinnamon, the kind you usually find in grocery stores, and Ceylon cinnamon, which is often called true cinnamon. Ceylon is gentler on the liver and safer for daily use, especially if you're thinking about adding it to your tea or morning smoothie every day. But let's slow down for a moment. Not everyone responds to cinnamon the same way. If your sugar levels are already on the lower side, too much could make you feel dizzy or weak. So, this isn't about dumping cinnamon on everything. It's about finding that small, regular amount that keeps your energy steady and your cravings down. There's a woman I once met named Linda, 73 years old. She'd been battling low energy and wild sugar swings for years. She was scared to go far from home without a snack in her bag. After hearing about cinnamon, she started adding just half a teaspoon of Ceylon to her morning tea. That was it. A month later, she told me, "I'm not shaking by 10 a.m. anymore. I feel level, like my body isn't crashing." That's the kind of change we're aiming for. Not dramatic, but steady. And it's not just about sugar. Cinnamon has anti-inflammatory compounds that may help ease joint stiffness, improve circulation, and even protect brain function as we age. That's especially important when you're trying to stay mobile, sharp, and independent in your 70s and 80s. So if there's a bottle of cinnamon sitting quietly in your spice rack, it might be time to pull it forward. You don't need to turn your life upside down. You just need to start where you are, with what you already have, and use it with purpose. Number 2, fenugreek and its blood sugar sponge effect. Fenugreek might not be the first herb you think of when it comes to controlling blood sugar. But this little seed has been used for centuries, especially in traditional cultures where people age gracefully and stay active well into their 80s. What makes fenugreek so unique is its high content of soluble fiber. This acts like a sponge inside your gut, slowing down the absorption of sugars and making it easier for your body to process meals without a huge spike afterward. But the magic doesn't stop at just fiber. Fenugreek also contains compounds called trigonelline and 4-hydroxyeucine, which help your pancreas release insulin more efficiently. This is especially helpful if your insulin response has become sluggish, which happens naturally with age, even if you've always tried to eat well. It's like giving your system a nudge enough to bring balance without overwhelming it. Many people who use fenugreek start by soaking the seeds overnight and drinking the water first thing in the morning. Others grind the seeds and sprinkle a small amount into soups or yogurt. It has a distinct, slightly bitter taste, but when used properly, it blends right in. The trick is consistency. Fenugreek works best when it becomes a part of your routine, something small you do every day, like brushing your teeth or taking a walk. I remember a man named Harold. He was 76 and tired of feeling like he needed a nap after every meal. His blood sugar readings were creeping up, and he didn't want to start medication just yet. He gave fenugreek a try, just a teaspoon in warm water every morning. After a few weeks, he told me, "I still enjoy my meals, but now I don't feel like I'm dragging the rest of the day." That's the power of making a smart adjustment, not a radical overhaul. Another benefit worth noting, fenugreek may help lower LDL cholesterol and reduce triglycerides, which often climb alongside blood sugar issues. It's a gentle way to support your whole metabolic system, especially important for those of us watching both our numbers and our energy levels. If you're considering trying fenugreek, just be mindful to ease into it. It can cause a bit of digestive adjustment at first, especially if you take too much. Start small. Give your body time to adapt. And as always, check in with your doctor if you're on medication just to be sure there's no interaction. But if you're looking for something simple, safe, and natural to add to your daily routine, fenugreek might just be the quiet ally you've been overlooking. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, cinnamon and its gentle insulin mimicry. Cinnamon isn't just for baking. It has a quiet power that your body may be craving more than you realize. Studies have shown that certain types of cinnamon, especially Ceylon cinnamon, can actually mimic insulin in the body. This means it helps glucose move more efficiently from your bloodstream into your cells where it belongs. It's not a substitute for insulin, of course, but for many older adults whose insulin sensitivity is gradually declining, cinnamon can offer real support in daily life. What's remarkable is how cinnamon works at the cellular level. It improves glucose uptake, enhances insulin receptor function, and even helps lower fasting blood sugar in people with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. That's no small feat for a spice you probably already have in your kitchen cupboard. Cinnamon also slows the breakdown of carbohydrates in your digestive system, which prevents those sharp spikes in blood sugar that make you feel sleepy, foggy, or irritable after eating. That gentle curve of energy can make all the difference in how your afternoons feel, whether you're stuck in a slump or still have the strength for a walk around the block or a game of cards with friends. But not all cinnamon is created equal. Cassia cinnamon, the type most commonly found in grocery stores, contains a compound called coumarin, which in large amounts can be harmful to your liver. That's why many health-conscious seniors switch to Ceylon cinnamon. It's a little more expensive and slightly milder in flavor, but it's safer for regular use, especially if you plan to take it daily. For practical use, just half a teaspoon a day is often enough. You can stir it into oatmeal, blend it into smoothies, or sprinkle it on apples or toast. Some people even steep it with tea. And the best part, it doesn't feel like medicine. It feels like a warm, familiar comfort, something you've enjoyed for years now working in your favor. Eleanor, who's 79 and lives in Indiana, used to struggle with a mid-afternoon crash every day. She added a dash of cinnamon to her morning coffee and her yogurt lunch. That's it. 2 months later, she noticed she didn't need her usual nap, and her blood sugar numbers were more stable. She told me, "I never thought something so small could make such a steady difference." This is what we mean when we say simple daily choices add up. And for cinnamon, the science, the tradition, and the lived experience all point in the same direction. It works safely, gently, and without turning your life upside down. Number 4. Holy Basil. Among the most underestimated herbs that help fight excess blood sugar is holy basil, also known as tulsi. You might have heard of it in the context of herbal teas or traditional medicine, but few people understand just how deeply this herb interacts with the body's stress and blood sugar systems. And for seniors where stress, sleep, and sugar are often tightly wound together, this little leaf can be a game changer. Holy basil doesn't directly lower blood sugar in the same way insulin or some medications do. Instead, it helps regulate the body's stress response, particularly the cortisol hormone. Why does that matter? Because high cortisol over time, especially in people over 60, can lead to insulin resistance, elevated glucose levels, abdominal fat, and inflammation. It's the kind of slow-burn damage that creeps in quietly. But holy basil has been shown to dampen that hormonal overreaction. This matters even more in old age, when the body's ability to bounce back from stress becomes slower. Whether it's from health worries, disrupted sleep, or just the unpredictable pace of life, chronic stress raises blood sugar levels, even if your diet stays exactly the same. Holy basil acts like a natural buffer against that storm, but its benefits don't end there. It also contains compounds like eugenol and carafilene, which have been linked to improved pancreatic function, more stable blood glucose readings, and better digestion. All crucial for older adults managing borderline or early-stage diabetes. Several small studies even found that people who took holy basil extract for just a few weeks saw moderate but consistent drops in fasting and post-meal blood sugar. The easiest way to bring it into your daily life is as a tea. Holy basil tea has a peppery, slightly sweet taste, and it pairs well with lemon or ginger. Drinking it in the evening about an hour before bed may also help improve sleep, which in turn improves insulin sensitivity. For those who prefer capsules or tinctures, they're widely available too. But check with your doctor if you're on blood-thinning medication or James,
blood sugar
82,
meds, just
from
to be
South
safe.
Carolina, told me he stumbled onto holy basil tea after his granddaughter gifted him a sampler box. At first, he thought it was just another trendy health tea. But after a few weeks of drinking it daily, he noticed not just better sleep, but fewer late-night sugar cravings. And his fasting sugar numbers, they dipped into a healthier range without changing his meals at all. What holy basil teaches us is this: the sugar in your blood isn't just about what you eat. It's also about how your body feels. If you're always tense, your cells resist the sugar they're supposed to absorb. But when you calm the system down, everything starts working a little better. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5, dandelion root. When you think of dandelions, chances are you imagine little yellow flowers taking over your lawn. But buried beneath that humble weed is something much more powerful, a root that's been used for generations to cleanse the liver, improve digestion, and lower blood sugar levels naturally. Dandelion root acts as a natural diuretic and liver stimulant, which helps the body clear out excess glucose through the urine and improves how the liver handles blood sugar. This is especially important for seniors because as we age, the liver's efficiency often declines. A sluggish liver can't properly store or release glucose, which leads to greater blood sugar fluctuations, even if you're eating healthy. What makes dandelion root particularly helpful is that it doesn't just mask the symptoms of high blood sugar. It helps address one of the root causes, poor sugar metabolism, linked to toxin buildup and weak liver function. In fact, several studies have shown that dandelion root extract can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce fasting blood sugar in both animal and early human trials. One of the most common effects people notice when taking dandelion root regularly is a lightening of the body. Not in a mystical sense, but physically, less water retention, better digestion, and a gentle reduction in blood pressure, all of which supports overall metabolic health. It can be taken as a tea, a capsule, or even in roasted form as a coffee substitute. The tea has a slightly bitter flavor, but that bitterness is what stimulates bile production in the liver, aiding in the digestion of fats and sugars. Seniors who are sensitive to caffeine often find dandelion coffee a soothing alternative that doesn't disrupt sleep. I remember hearing from a woman named Carol, 78, in Wisconsin, who switched to dandelion root tea after reading about its benefits. She'd been battling stubborn post-meal blood sugar spikes for years. After a few weeks of drinking it daily before lunch, she noticed that her numbers were no longer swinging wildly after eating. And perhaps just as importantly, she said her belly felt less bloated and her bathroom schedule became far more regular. Of course, if you're on diuretics or have kidney issues, it's a good idea to check with your doctor before using it regularly. But for most seniors, dandelion root is a gentle, accessible way to support blood sugar balance from the inside out. Sometimes the most powerful remedies aren't locked away in pharmacy aisles. They're growing quietly in your backyard, overlooked for decades. Dandelion root reminds us that healing doesn't always come in a pill. Sometimes it comes from reconnecting with nature's rhythm and respecting what our bodies truly need to thrive. Final thoughts. There's something deeply empowering about discovering that your health, that even after 60, 70, or 80, you can make changes, small natural ones, that help you feel better, move better, and live longer. And the herbs we've talked about today aren't exotic, expensive, or impossible to find. Many of them are already in your home or just a short trip to the store away. Whether you're just beginning to take your blood sugar seriously or you've been managing it for years, it's never too late to learn new tools and give your body the extra help it's been asking for. Sometimes that help comes not in the form of another prescription, but from nature. Something gentle enough to use daily, but strong enough to make a difference. Maybe today you learned about a new herb you want to try, or maybe you were reminded that your body still listens to the choices you make even decades later, and that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.